guys, it's me. It's been a while since I've made a video, so I may make a few mistakes. I hope not, but if I do, please forgive me. So, what I'm going to show you is a trick in 3D shapes called nets, and we're going to draw some things. So, let's get started here. If I can go the right way. There we go. So, the thing we're going to, well, my pen didn't want to work right. There we go. So by the time we're done with this, we're going to know three shapes, or two things. We're going to represent three-dimensional figures using nets, and we're going to make isometric and orthographic drawings. So those are the two things we're going to be able to do. So the key vocabulary: net, isometric drawing, and orthographic drawing. I always think of orthodontist. I don't know why I've never had braces, but it just sounds better. Okay, so let's talk about a net. Maybe. Let me get my mouse going over here. Maybe it'll work. And there's the bell for the next class. Okay, a net is a two-dimensional diagram you can fold to make a three-dimensional figure. So you probably made these in 8th grade and you just didn't realize you did. A net shows all the surfaces of a figure in one view. So let's say, for example, I have a cube. Don't ask me how I learned to do this. I just learned a long time ago how to draw a cube like that. So I would take that three-dimensional shape and draw it using squares. And there's my net. So this turns into that. Make sense? Good. Okay, let me go back to my pen. Oh. Mouse. Okay. So now let's try and go up a slide. So let's first define a two-dimensional and three-dimensional. Three-dimensional has these little hidden lines in them. So this has an oval on the top, which if we're looking at a circle sideways, it's going to be an oval. So this is a circle on top and a circle on the bottom, and it's got a dashed line in it, so it makes this a 3D shape. So this is a 3D figure. And we would call this a cylinder. Right? All right, so if we come down, and that's what the answer is. What about this one? Well, it's got rectangle on the end, a rectangle on this end, rectangle here, rectangle here, rectangle here, and a rectangle on the back. So what do you think this is called? Well, it's going to have the word rectangle in it. Is it a 3D shape or is it a 2D shape? Well, it's got the dashed lines in it, so it is a 3D figure. And it's rectangular prism. How is it different from a pyramid? Well, a pyramid looks like this. There's your rectangular pyramid. It comes to a point at the top. It has a rectangle on bottom and a point at the top, or somewhere on it. This is a rectangular pyramid. They're not too easy to draw. I've been practicing for a while. Okay. So, and there's the answer to that one. What about this shape? We've been seeing this shape around quite a bit. What is the name of this shape? Is it 2D or 3D? Well, we know it's a triangle. Is it two-dimensional or three-dimensional? I don't see any dashed lines anywhere. So it is a two-dimensional, 2D. Okay. So let's look at this. Here's our little cube. I know it's a cube because it looks like I've got equal sides. There goes the bell again. So it says draw a net and then list what 2D shapes you would need to make each one. Okay, so I'm going to start with what's going around the sides. So I need 4 shapes. Where are those shapes going to be? Squares. And then I've got one on front and one on back. Where am I going to put those? Well, I could put one here and one right here. So all in all, I have 6 squares. Okay. And theirs is a little bit different, but they came up with the same answer. It's like they reversed it. In fact, I could put my squares here, or here, or here. Okay. All right. What about this figure? We called it a cylinder. Called it a cylinder. So what do you see on top and on bottom? I see a circle. A circle on top and a circle on bottom. What's in the middle? What's in the middle is a rectangle. I'm going to learn how to find that rectangle's area soon when we do surface area, the lateral surface area. So here we needed 2 circles, 1 rectangle.
Excuse me, Ms. Rogers?
Just 1 minute. Okay, so after our little interruption, says draw a net for each figure, and we did that. We drew our circles and our rectangle, and we called it a cylinder. So next, we're going to talk about this next figure. What do we have on this one? Looks like I've got 1, 2, 3 triangles, 4 triangles. So my bottom, my base, is a triangle. So then I'm going to draw a triangle off of each edge of my base. So there is my net. And this is a triangular pyramid. And I needed 4 triangles. Let's see if we got it right. Looks like we got it right. There's a little neater, but it's still the same shape, right? Okay, so let's name a figure that can be made from this net. So if we look at this picture, this one meets to this point, meets to this point, meets to this point. So we have a rectangular base. Coming up to one point. If they're coming to a point, it's going to be a pyramid. Let's see if we're right. Oh, it says square pyramid. But we know that a square is a rectangle. So we were almost correct. What about this one? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A shape that has 6 sides is called a hexagon. Hexagonal. And is it a pyramid or a prism? Well, I don't have any points being made, so I've got rectangles being formed. So I've got a prism. Hexagonal prism. And the next thing is isometric drawing. So we're going to show the corner view of a 3-dimensional shape, and we're going to use dot paper. And it doesn't show up here, but it's basically dots that are off center. Like that. So let's look at this first paper, this first one. Sample A. Oops. Sample A, I don't know where my dot paper is. It's not there. Well, let me just make some real quick. If you have some at home, you can do a search for isometric dot paper and just pull it into Kami, and then you can draw on it. Or you'll have some on your homework, your practice work. Anyway, it looks like this. And we don't need very much. All right, so I'm going to start with the fronts. I'm going to start with the orange or the brown. I'm going to draw it. I did that wrong. Well, now I can do the gray, the white. I just add more dots. And so now I've got the white. This is my white. Here's the front. Here's the side. Now I want to add the blue. So I'm going to go over here to the side, add the side, add the top, add the right-hand side. Now I have the blue. And this is the white side. The green, the middle back, is right here. This is the green. The orange is right here. And it connects right here. I'm just going to put an O for orange. And then we're done. I thought I messed up, but I didn't. Sometimes it's hard to see these. Let's look and see what they did. It's pretty similar. It's just a little bit bigger. Okay. So make an isometric dot drawing of this cube structure. So I'm going to make some more dot paper. It's not perfect, but we're not perfect in life. I think that's enough. Go back to our purple. And let's see. I'm going to start with this one right here again. I'm going to go back to the front two, in the middle, on the side, and on the side. Close out this side. Close out the front. There's the middle. Close out that seam. Then I have another one right here. But you don't see that line. I need to erase that line. There we go. There we go. It goes up, up, over, and across, down, across, and across. There you go. Let's see if they did it the same way. Yep, pretty much the same. All right, orthographic drawing. This is I think the hardest of them all for me to do. It shows the top, front, and right side view of a 3D figure. Okay, so what I want you to do, looking at this 3D figure, is make a top column, a right column, and a front column. All right, so on the top, pretend you're looking at it straight down. What would you see if you're looking straight down? Well, if you're looking straight down, you would see 3 squares, 3 cubes. For the right, you're looking at it like this. And what do you see? You see 2 squares. And from the front, you see 3 squares with 1 on top in the middle. You're looking at it from this point of view. Let's try that again. Let's do another one. Did we do it right? Top, front, and right? Yep. Let's try this one. Top, right, and front. Sometimes the front's easier to do, but let's do the top. If you're looking at the top, what do you see? I see 3 squares. 2 this way, 2 this way. There we go. If I'm looking at it from the right, I'm going at it this way. What do I see? I see a rectangle and a square. I see a rectangle and a square. If I'm looking at it from the front, I see 2 squares and 1 rectangle. Okay? Let's see if we got it right. Yep, we got it. Uh-oh, right side. Did we get the right side? Yep, right. Front and top. Front and top. All right. That's how we do nets and orthographic and isometric drawings. Good luck.